we're here with Keeli, Garceau, right?
Garceau,
And you have like a baking at home business, like you
I
do
do.
serious wedding cakes for people?
Yes, I do.
All right,
Yep.
and for this summer, you still have a couple slots open. So pretty much any hipster in Burlington with like a beard and tattoos is gonna see this and they're gonna be like, that's gonna be our wedding cake.
Absolutely.
All
yep.
right, so how do we get started?
So we start with butter.
Yes.
You're gonna want to put it in your mixer. It's like a stick of butter, and the softer, the better.
Okay.
Okay. And you're gonna want to mix your butter up a little bit.
Okay. I mean, this is like a ton of maple and a ton of
Yes.
sugar and a ton of
Yes,
bacon.
it's maple overload, really.
I know, which is pretty awesome.
And then you add 2 cups of Vermont pure maple syrup.
Perfect.
And I get mine in St. Albans at French Hill Farms.
French Hill Farms.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing these cupcakes at their little maple open house?
In the Maple Festival?
Yeah.
I'm not this year. I decided to go to Florida.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah. I can't do it anymore.
For a little
Too many
bit.
cupcakes.
So then you let it go until it's all combined.
All right.
And then at this point, you add your eggs in.
Okay.
You know, and you can do it one at a time, or sometimes I just put them all in.
So one thing real quick, most people
Yeah.
don't know this. You are a self-taught baker,
I am, yes.
which is very cool. What's your favorite baking cookbook?
You know, really, I got a lot of them, my recipes off Pinterest
Really?
and other cake blogs.
You know,
yeah.
I have a Pinterest account. I think I've used it once.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love Pinterest.
I know. It's, you know, and people can find you because you have like your baking Facebook page.
Yes, yep, on Cakes by Keeli on
I
Facebook.
know. It's the whole
Yep.
social media thing where, you know, the book face, the Pinterest, the Twitter, the Instagram. It's the wave of the future, apparently.
So then at this point, we're going to add your dry ingredients,
Okay.
which is flour and baking powder, ginger, and a little bit of salt.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
And then so you do half your dry,
Okay.
and then you add half of your wet, which is a cup of milk, whole milk, and also mixed in a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Yeah, I feel like this recipe, if you were like, and make sure it's skim milk, would just seem odd.
No, I bake with whole milk.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I mean, we talked about this a little in the back, you know, wedding cakes, and a lot of people love
Yeah.
like fondant wedding cakes, and I hate fondant wedding cakes with like a passion. Like if I go to a wedding and I see a fondant cake, I like leave the present and we just walk out the door. you know?
Yes. Well, I think really fondant is a very beautiful presentation.
Oh, it's great.
Right, but it tastes awful.
It eats like Play-Doh.
Yes.
Like it's just terrible. I mean, a real buttercream cake or a real donut bacon cake is definitely the way to go.
Which is what I do, specialize in buttercream.
Yes.
So I'm just scraping the sides of the bowl right now, and then I'll add the rest of my dry.
Okay. And do you have a bigger mixer at home, or you do everything
No,
with this?
this is my mixer.
That is a workhorse.
It is.
Yeah, because I mean, you've like I've seen the pictures. You've done some seriously big, beautiful wedding
Yes,
cakes.
thank you.
They feed like 350 people, like just massive stuff, all out of this little mini pup.
And all out of my house as well.
That's pretty
yes.
cool.
Yep.
That's very, very, very cool.
Usually my kids running around in the background.
No, I mean, I always feel like a cake made from home is so much better. I mean, our family, we do all holiday cakes at home, and it's always like this homemade chocolate cake with white buttercream icing. It's always a huge hit, but you got to do it.
So now that your batter is all done, you're going to want to put it into your cupcake tin with your liners.
Yep.
And I use a ice cream scoop.
That's the way to go.
Yep. Because it gets it nice and even.
See, you're learning like every cool baking trick at once, which is great.
And it was all, believe it or not, off of YouTube.
See, I mean,
Yeah.
parents who are afraid of technology and investing in that, look at you. You used it for the positive.
Oh, yeah, you can learn a lot off of YouTube and baking blogs, videos.
I learned to fix a washing machine off the YouTube.
Yeah, I know. can do just about anything.
So if you're gonna, for your birthday cake, well, first of all, do you have to make your own birthday cake, or does somebody make it for you?
I don't have a birthday cake because I've had too much cake over the past 3 years. Yeah.
Or are you like, oh my gosh, let's just have like some sautéed kale and some poached eggs?
But I do some major birthday cakes for my kids.
Really?
That's why
How many
started.
kids?
I have two.
Oh my
two
gosh.
Girls.
And do you do like crazy elaborate birthday cakes?
For my daughter's birthday, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep, she's 4.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. She is having a poo cake.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I put a lot of time into them because that's why I started. Was
Yeah.
because I wanted to make my kids awesome birthday cakes.
Well, I just hope Pooh has like a big jar of honey and there's a lot of bacon all over it. But she might not be into bacon like I am.
Well, they liked anything pretty much.
That's cool.
So now that they're all full, you're going to want to put it in the magic oven.
I can do that.
Do that?
And I think
Okay.
our magic oven has already produced some fine cupcakes and they're ready to go. All right. And so walk us through this, because you are not messing around when it comes to this. Like, they look kind of like naked cupcakes, but they're like double glazed.
Yes, there's 3 frostings. So the filling is a maple cream frosting. So what you're going to do is, as you can see, I've cut a hole out of the middle.
Yep.
And then you fill it with its maple syrup, butter, and powdered sugar, vanilla.
Okay.
And then I take some of this candied bacon.
Wow.
And I put it inside the cupcakes.
How exactly do you candy bacon? You just cook bacon and then just throw syrup in it?
You take the bacon and you dip it in maple syrup, and then
my
you
gosh.
roll it in brown sugar, and then you bake it at about 375.
Oh my gosh.
And it makes your house smell really good.
I bet it makes everything smell really good.
So, yep. And then you let it cool, and then you chop it up, and you're gonna want to let it, and then you just put it in.
Wow, that is killer.
And then squirt a little bit on top. And then these go in the freezer.
Okay,
Because
I can put these
the
in the
butter
freezer.
needs to harden up a little
Yep.
bit.
All right.
Now the glaze.
Okay. Because you just can't have a cupcake with one frosting.
No,
That's
you can't.
ridiculous.
But I feel like this maple glaze, it really adds to the cupcake.
Well, it looks really sharp
Yeah.
with that different texture, but it looks really complicated.
It's really not too bad.
Okay.
But I've been making quite a lot of them for about a year now.
I bet. I bet pretty much like these show up at people's places, whether it's like your business or like a party, and they're like, we got to get some more of those.
Because I won the Maple Festival last year.
I can see why.
With this recipe. So what I've done here is I've melted the butter, and now you add in 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup. But
Okay.
You're going to want to turn it down. How do you turn this down? There you go.
There you go.
Okay. And then you add a cup of powdered sugar.
Okay.
And you have to be careful with this because it can kind of burn pretty quickly.
We don't want to burn it.
No. Whoops. And you just whisk it
All right.
until it gets that nice pretty color.
It smells crazy awesome good in here too.
And then if you could take those cupcakes back out of the freezer.
Yes. Okay. Cupcakes, maple bacon for me.
And then at this point, you want to be careful. You turn it
Okay.
and you dip it.
Wow.
Turn it.
That is pretty awesome.
See, it just adds to it. I think it really does.
What do you win when you win like the maple cooking contest?
You win a sash.
Yeah? And like total bragging rights?
A big ribbon.
Because I've been to that. I try to go every year to the Maple Festival. I think it's a great family event. And people are hardcore serious about when it comes to like the food judging there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And to be in the parade.
Yes.
So it was fun. It was a lot
That's
of
very
fun.
cool.
So you're going to want to let these sit for a little bit.
Okay.
And then you're going to want to whip up some buttercream.
Yes.
So it's just 2 sticks of more butter, 2 sticks of butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, and you let it whip for a long time, about like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, just so it gets really fluffy, really airy.
Exactly. Yep. And I put it in a piping bag with
Okay.
a big star tip, and you just swirl it on. Right.
Wow.
And then you add, of course, some more of this.
And that is no nonsense. Like that bacon, I took that little piece, and that is like the real deal. That is
Thank
really
you.
serious.
And then, of course, just because maple is liquid gold, right?
Yeah.
That's the nickname. So I add a little bit of.
Add a little bit of that gold flake on there.
Exactly.
Wow, that is just awesome.
There. And that's maple bacon cupcakes.
Great. So do we get to dive into them?
Yes.
All right. Do
Yes.
you want one too or no?
No, that's okay.
You're like, I've made too many of these. All right. God, this is like, I'm so glad this happened today. Thank you. All my prayers have been answered. Holy mackerel. I mean, it is a lot of maple.
Yes.
All in the right way.
Oh, great. Yeah.
That cupcake, though, is like, it's like that perfect texture of like really high moisture, high flavor. I mean, this might be the best cupcake I've ever had in my life.
Thank you. So I like to hear.
I mean, seriously. So, I mean, if you're in St. Albans, I mean,
Yes.
if you're a Vermont business or something, and I called you and said, you know, we've got 500 people. Can you do cupcakes? Can you do them?
Oh, absolutely.
And
I
if
do.
you're
Yep.
somebody and they say, hey, we're getting married and we should have the world's best bacon wedding cake, you're the person.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
This is amazing. So we'll get off air in a second, but thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
making my life better. I appreciate it.